Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a review of Can You Keep a Secret, Episode 9. You know, last week we had a very developmental, sorry, a very developmental side shipping between Some and Hayakawa. Okay, so now we're going back to the regular ship of Yui and Masaku's relationship, where things gets a little spicy, if you know what I mean. Week by week by week, we've been seeing Yui and Masaku's relationship on a rocket ship, like blasting through each cosmos, each planet. Their relationship gets better and better with ease. Their relationship showed that even if we rarely see each other at work, we can still make out. Now, throughout every episode, there's always rom-coms have this thing, Valentine's Day. You know, every rom-com does have Valentine's Days. That's how it does. And when it comes to Valentine's Day rom-coms, it always thing get a little spicy. And in this episode, we got spicy. So without further ado, let's get right to the review of this show. Also, before I do my review of this episode 9, I like to say one thing. The Otsukawa anime, the one that, girl can speak, the guy loving with the Okinawa girl, you're gonna get that tomorrow, right before I go to work. So for this video, this episode, I'm only covering this episode because I go to work. So tomorrow, I'm gonna cover that. And then Saturday is I'm getting married to a girl I hate in class. That's Saturday. My schedule's a little tight right now, but rest assured you, I will cover every episode bit by bit. Trust me. Okay, now let's get this episode 9 started. Okay, so it's Valentine's Day, and like all Valentine's Day, thing gets a little spicy. Now, we work on Valentine's Day. It should have been a holiday pay for us. I feel like Valentine's Day should be a holiday pay because when you work on Valentine's Day, it is the last day. Well, now I won't consider the last day. It's that day when it's the Valentine's Day rush. You get all these sales to buy your loved one something, and you gotta get it before it get out. Like for us guys, when you know your girl wants something, you gotta go really buy 1-800 flowers, or you really gotta go to Victoria's Secret and buy those sexy lingeries, those 5 for 35 on 5 or 7 for 35 on panties or lotion, body mist, or do you gotta go to the Hershey store and buy some chocolates, find somewhere that got the best chocolates in the world, and you want to get that. That's the freaking Valentine's Day rush, but you gotta put it in. Now, Valentine's Day, it should have been, like I said, it should have been a freaking holiday because we're busting our ass, giving out putting everything for the loved ones, the couples, so they can have a great time. We're kicking our ass here. Now, sorry, I went too fast. But the thing, what's crazy about this episode, I didn't even get started, is that they're having a Valentine's Day episode. And we're already like in March. Had this episode been in February, like airing on Valentine's Day, that would have been tremendous. But I rest my case. Anyway, Yui and Masuki relationship in this episode kind of has been off. I mean, they work. It's sad that they can't work on Valentine's Day because, like I said, I work and I don't get, sometimes I work on Valentine's Day, but still, I do request days off. So that's what you and Masaku should have done. Request a day off, a day of and a day after, so that these two can get it on. I mean, just like 2 days of fooling around, hanging out Valentine's Day, like the day of and the day after, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, but they couldn't do it. So Yui is working at the chocolate store, because for the replacement staff, but she's just doing this to get her her new cookies, new flavor to the competition. So I get it, tremendous work. As for Masugu, he's working too. He's working to buy the best gift for you, and I get that. I get that. Not throwing shades at him. I'm not throwing shades at him. Masuku sees Soma and Hayake talking to each other at the cafe normally, And then he had a one-on-one with Soma, the lone wolf guy. And again, simple conversation. Like Like I can see you with someone and I'm with someone. Let's let's we don't have to spread our secrets. That's that. But again, Valentine's Day rush, and it's been 2 weeks. I, Look, I get it. It's hard to be away for 2 weeks. It's very hard. 2 weeks without seeing each other. 2 weeks without. I'm sorry. 2 weeks without seeing each other at work. 2 weeks without going to people's house, going to their house and talk and mingle and make out. I think I get it. It's very hard. I work 40 plus hours a week. Sometimes when I get day off, I get tired. Try that. But yeah, that's that. Now, Yui and Moscow hasn't been talking for days and weeks after. So, here's what they did. You see, I need to use this remote, for example. Let me use this remote. You know, throughout these episodes, we have seen Yui and Moscow get it on. They get it on almost every single episode. Not every episode, but you get what I mean. They fool around. They had their anniversary when they were out. They did it. They did it in the first episode. They did it. They did it in multiple episodes. Multiple episodes they did it. So, here's where we can stand. When you're in a relationship and you're distant and you want to talk to them, there's always phone sex. I'm sorry. I had to say that. But yeah, it leads to phone sex. Like, you gotta understand this. I never seen an adult rom-com go way over the top in this. Like, I don't know if that really happened. I don't remember or recall it right now. But again, Yui calling Matsuku over the phone, having a little bit of the phone sex thing, and I wish it would have gone over the top. I wish it would have gone over the top of the scene. Because Yui was talking to Matsuku on the phone, saying, "Oh, I miss your warm body, your massaged hands." They were both turned on. They were about to get it on the phone together. I love Yui for that moment. Yui stepped up her game for that, and Masaku, he spilled coffee. And the thing is, if you look at that closely on Masaku, notice the symbolism. Notice the symbolism in that moment. Think about it. He spilled coffee, which it symbolizes to you know what, and he had a box of tissue on the side, and he was wiping the coffee. So you know what he did. You know what he did. You know what he did. I see the little hints. Those little hints. When he did that, I'm like, he did it. He did it. I'm sorry, man. That just like the highlight of this episode. That was like the biggest highlight from them making out to get it on the phone. And that's what I'm sorry. But it's true. Now, Yui and Masaku, have to experience everything on Valentine's Day, rush, all that stuff. They finally got together. I mean, they finally spent almost the last day of Valentine's Day together walking home. Now, Masaku was just kidding. He said, maybe we should tell them, and it's funny because we're in episode 9. At about 10, 12, 11, well, maybe about 11, they're gonna tell each other that they love each other. They're probably gonna tell them, hey, I'm in a relationship with Yui, or I'm in a relationship with Masaku. And it's crazy because I was really wanting to know who, out of all the office workers, who was gonna find out that these two was in a relationship. I was thinking the girl with the glasses who does food critics, but I think she might know first. But again, seeing these two, I get it. I get it. This is a Valentine's Day episode. You would have think that these two would have make out with each other, going on a Valentine's Day trip, enjoying their chocolate spice together. But, it's work. And when you work on Valentine's Day and when you work, it's hard to be with someone on Valentine's Day. It's very hard. I mean, yeah, you want to make the money and all that stuff. I get it. But always plan ahead. Like, if you ever schedule for Valentine's Day, always request day off. That's how I did last month on Valentine's Day. I requested a day off. I requested a two-day off just to be with my loved one. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. You got to plan for Valentine's Day. You got to plan it. But that's the story in a nutshell. But overall, though, this was a good episode. I do like I do like the I do like this episode because again, this just showed us how it is on Valentine's Day, especially the Valentine's Day rush. Also, the fact that Yui and Matsuku's relationship goes over the top in this one. Like talk about new ways to fool around. So this is again, that episode was what they're making out on the phone is another example of ways to ways to find spiciness in your relationship. Rather than just doing that, you could do the phone thing, if you know what I mean. So thank you for watching my review of this show, episode 9 of Can We Keep a Secret. I look forward for next week's episode. Also, like I said, the Otikawa anime, the Okinawa anime, I will cover that tomorrow. And then the other anime, the other rom-com, I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in Class, will be Saturday. And so on and so forth. So I'll look forward to this. So stay tuned for next week, and I'll see you soon.